So there we go. Linda, thank you again for that very nice introduction. Guys, welcome to the call. Nice to see so many new faces on the call this evening. As Linda said, my name's Graham. I'm based here in the UK, and I'm working alongside my partner Peter Webb and several of the leaders who are on this call this evening to really start positioning this opportunity in the North American market as we go into this very, very exciting phase of growth with our company, which of course is Vyvo, as you can see on the screen in front of you there. And of course, we're going to talk about AI this evening, which without a doubt is, without question, the biggest technological shift we have ever seen as a species, as a race, as human beings. It's not coming, it's already here. It's transforming everything we touch going forward, whether we love it, whether we hate it, whether we're a little bit afraid of it. AI is definitely here to stay. And it's almost certainly going to touch every aspect of our lives, from our everyday lives through to health and wellness, business, entertainment, education, certainly learning, security, most definitely. It's going to touch all of these areas. And of course, it really is just the beginning of where artificial intelligence is going to head over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So what's the potential for this market? Because I'm guessing everyone here this evening is here to look at this, hopefully from a business perspective, because this is where we are right now. We're not in a customer phase of our business, and I'll explain a little bit more about that later on. Right now, we're positioning business builders, people who want to take part and participate in the AI revolution. It's predicted that artificial intelligence, or the amount of money that it contributes to the global economy, the market potential, in other words, for artificial intelligence-related products, services, is 15.7 trillion by 2030. 15.7 trillion with a T, which is a huge, huge number by anybody's standards. And right now, this is a space largely dominated by the big tech companies. They're making massive investments to secure their market share, to maximize their profits, putting infrastructure in place to really capitalize on this AI revolution. But how do we fit into all of that? Why is it important to you and I and everyone on this call that this is a $15.7 trillion marketplace? Well, guys, here's the thing. We don't need a very big slice of the pie to all become very wealthy and very successful in this AI revolution. I'm going to share with you an opportunity and a business program this evening where every single person on this call, every person in the street, can actually capitalize on this market trend, which is the biggest trend on the planet right now, the biggest thing that is on almost every single person's lips as we go around through our day-to-day interactions. I'm going to share with you a way that every single one of us can actually participate and revenue share in this $15.7 trillion opportunity, an opportunity that there's never been the like of, certainly not in my memory. And we only need, as I say, a very small piece of the pie for us all to be very successful in that. So at 0.01%, that makes the company I'm going to share with you this evening a $1.5 billion company. At 0.1%, not even 1%, that makes us a $15.7 billion company, almost twice as big as the biggest company in our space, or the closest approximation to the biggest company in our space. Why is that important? Because I'm going to share with you a company and an opportunity and a program which will revenue share between 35 and 50% of its revenue. So if we build this into a $1 billion opportunity or a $15 billion opportunity, that's a huge pie that all of us, every single person on this call, potentially can have a little piece of. And we don't need very much. 0.01% makes us a $1 billion company. So the huge corporations are tapping in. This is how you can also tap into this multi-trillion-dollar artificial intelligence pie. Something you probably not considered if you knew on this call that you would even be in a position to do. And without this opportunity, without this company called Vyvo, that would probably be the case. So let me tell you a little bit more about Vyvo. So Vyvo was founded by my very good friend Fabio Galdi. He's a visionary founder and CEO of Vyvo. That's the gentleman on the left of your screen there. Always 5, 10, 15 years ahead of his thinking, certainly in technology terms. And Fabio and his team, they've created this company called Vyvo, which is blending artificial intelligence, blockchain, Web3, advanced wearable technology. They've been a leader in wearable tech for many years now. Award-winning products in that space, Deloitte Top 500 Award, IF Design Award, most recently the Red Dot Award for their BioSense watch. So they became leaders in the wearable technology space, way ahead of anybody else in that marketplace, certainly in terms of the features they brought to the market. For example, they had the ability to measure an ECG, an echocardiogram on your wrist, way ahead of their nearest competitors, way ahead of Apple, in fact. So they became very successful in that space. And then 2, 3 years ago, Fabio and his team, they were looking for a way to enable the purchasers of that wearable technology to actually be able to secure and profit from their own personal health data. A commodity which is hugely valuable in the marketplace. They wanted a way for their members to be able to secure that and profit from it in the knowledge that it wouldn't be shared or sold with anyone else. And to achieve that, they created something called their Layer 1 blockchain, Vyvo Smart Chain. And that enabled our members to do just that. And then the next phase, of course, as artificial intelligence came over the horizon, they started to look at ways they could actually capitalize on the artificial intelligence trend and also incorporate that onto the blockchain for maximum security. So it was the next logical evolution. And this really is the next evolution of that thinking, guys. The future of AI, Vyvo AI Life CoPilot. This is now live in public beta, so this is not a concept, it's not theory, it's already working. Several people on this call today were already with us in the business. We're beta testing this product, having a lot of fun with it, incorporating it into our daily lives. This is a Life CoPilot built, as my friend Peter likes to say, built for the masses to enable the everyday person to be able to incorporate artificial intelligence into their everyday life in a very, very useful way, and that for it to actually be of benefit to them in their day-to-day life in a very human-like way, in a way that understands you, responds like a trusted friend, and most importantly, as we'll come on to, also safeguards your data like no other AI platform that which you might be interacting with right now. So just before I go on and tell you a little bit more about that, let me just give you a little glimpse as to what this AI Life CoPilot actually looks like in practice and play you this short video.
So how was Hawaii?
It was marvelous. It's one of the most romantic places I've been.
Really?
Yeah, we were enjoying so much.
Sorry, I have to take this. It's important. Hey, Mark, what's up?
Hi, Anna. I hope you're enjoying lunch with Kate. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries.
Before you wrap up, remember to take your vitamin D with your lunch to boost your immunity and energy levels.
Thanks for the reminder, Mark. I'll be sure to take it now.
I also noticed that your blood pressure is a bit high. Did you take your medication this morning? Consistency is key for managing it.
Shoot, I forgot.
Would you like me to set up a reminder for you?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Just a reminder that your new yoga class starts at 5 p.m. Taking time to stretch and relax can help lower your stress and improve flexibility.
Yes, Mark, I already have my mat with me.
One last thing. Don't forget your anniversary dinner tonight. I reserved a table at La Bella, the top-rated Italian restaurant downtown. Enjoy your special evening with David.
You're the best, Mark. What would I do without you? Oh, could you also check the calorie content of my lunch today?
Sure. Let me activate my camera. Can you show me your meal? Ah, chicken wrap. I'll check the calorie content and update your daily intake. Done.
You are the best, Mark.
My pleasure, Anna. Say hi to Kate for me.
Oh, excuse me? Who is Mark? He sounds like Peter.
Mark's my personal AI co-pilot. He helps me with my health goals, and I asked him to keep my days organized and help reduce my work-related stress.
Wow, that sounds incredible. How did I want for myself?
I'm here to help, Kate. Anna can show you how to get started. It's easy.
So there we go, just a little glimpse into the Life CoPilot in action. And Vyvo's vision for this, guys, is that this is not just a virtual assistant. It's a true life companion. It is designed for you. It becomes more and more personalized the more you engage with it and the more that you use it. And we'll talk a little bit more about that now. So first of all, these are the key differences, guys. These are the distinct features of the Vyvo AI platform. VAI OS means Vyvo Artificial Intelligence. And the first of those key features is, and probably the most important one, although not everybody realizes this yet, but they're certainly waking up to the fact that it's super important that we have security as part of this artificial intelligence piece that has been incorporated into all of our lives. VAI OS is actually built on the blockchain to ensure data privacy and ownership. Well, why is that important? Guys, every time you interact with any other AI platform, you are putting personal information into that platform. When you are prompting ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or any of those other platforms, you're actually often sharing with it personal information. Lots of people do that without even thinking. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, which owns ChatGPT, himself said that he is aghast at the amount of personal information that people are prepared to put into his platform in the knowledge, or maybe not in the knowledge, blissfully unaware, shall we say, that that data is not secure and can be shared with other people. It can be used to train the model. It can be sold. It can be nefariously hacked. We've seen over the last couple of months a whole spate of privacy issues. Almost every new day brings a new privacy concern around AI. So when you put your data, when you share your personal information on those other platforms, it is not secure. What we have here, because of Vyvo's history, because privacy has always been central to Vyvo's ethos and their mission, they have built this artificial intelligence, this VAI OS Life CoPilot and the VAI OS operating system. They've actually built that on their layer 1 blockchain on Vyvo Smart Chain, which means your data is also always secure. It belongs to you and no one else. No one else can access it. Not even Vyvo, the company, can access it. When you connect your Life CoPilot, you actually connect it to the blockchain using something called a data NFT, which is just like a digital license, like a lock in a safety deposit box, and you are the one with the key. You are the only one that can actually access that data. So first and foremost, probably the biggest difference, and as I say, people are waking up to this problem of data security with AI, and whilst not everybody will care about it, certainly this will become a bigger and bigger concern as we go forward with this artificial intelligence wave. So it's super important that this is actually built on the blockchain to ensure your data privacy and ownership. So that's the first key difference. Number two, it's based on adaptive AI. So it's highly personalized. It learns and it evolves with you. In other words, the more you engage with it, the more you interact with it, the more personal its recommendations become to you. If I go to ChatGPT, and I'm not picking on ChatGPT, but it's a useful example. If I go to ChatGPT and type a prompt into it, and Linda goes to ChatGPT and types in exactly the same prompt, we are going to get roughly the same answer. Here, however, as we start to interact and engage with our Life CoPilot, the answers to those same questions will become more and more different as time goes on, because the AI is learning about us as individuals and is giving us more and more personalized answers. So it's safe and secure, built on the blockchain. It's adaptive. It learns and evolves with you. Number three, it's created with a human touch. It's designed to interact in a friendly way. You heard in the video there, Anna having a very human-like, natural conversation with the AI. It's a two-way conversation rather than it being a prompt response machine. Again, you go to ChatGPT, you type in a response, you type in a prompt, it gives you a response. You cannot talk to it in that same human-like way. And also, this platform is proactive, meaning you may have noticed in the video that Anna didn't prompt the AI, it actually reached out to her, it actually called her on her phone. So it's proactive. It's even thinking about you when you're not engaging with it. It's making you aware of things that you need to be aware of during your day. In that example, I think it was to let her know that she needed to take her blood pressure medication. If you are wearing Vyvo wearable technology, it might contact you and let you know your blood pressure is elevated, that you've been sitting too long. So it's very, very proactive. Again, key point of difference, ChatGPT, those other platforms, they are reactive as opposed to proactive. So it's created with a human touch, it's friendly, and it reaches out to you. It's completely proactive. And then number 4, also super important in terms of how this is going to grow in the future, is that it works like an operating system so that you can integrate other applications such as email, calendar, web browser, etc. I've been playing with my own beta version last couple of days, and already I have my VAI OS Life CoPilot, Lily, as she is known to me, because you can name it, it's that personalized. I already have her reviewing my emails for me, sending emails for me, checking my calendar, reading my calendar back to me, putting entries into my calendar, and that is just going to grow and grow and grow. And I was on a call today and I was hearing that some of the applications at which we'll be able to link with VAI OS as we go into full public launch and move out to beta, is just frankly going to be mind-blowing. So it operates like an operating system, just to finish off on this point. So in the same way that my iPhone is not just a simple phone, it's an operating system, right? It's a platform. I have probably tens of thousands of applications available to me if I choose to use them. I don't know how many, but that is because it's an operating system. And VAI OS has been designed with that in mind, so that external developers can actually develop applications which will extend the capabilities almost in a limitless fashion of the VAI OS platform, which just means that the sky really is the limit in terms of what we can potentially do in the future with VAI OS as we incorporate it into our daily lives. So VAI OS speaks in 32 languages currently. I mean, I think it can speak almost every language at some level, but these are the 32 languages that it kind of majors in. Right now, English, of course, was the first priority. It speaks English in a very, very human-like way, and it speaks all of these other 32 languages. And as time goes on, it will sound more and more like a native speaker in each of these languages. And as it says there, more languages to come, so it's multilingual. So that's in keeping, of course, with the fact that we are a multilingual, completely borderless business as well. Vyvo operates across 200 different countries right now, so it's super important that we're able to offer this in multiple languages. And of course, we live in a multicultural society as well, where people speak multiple languages. So just to give you an idea, and I'm not going to play much of this video, guys, but I just want to give you an idea of the human-like quality of the AI. So this is Fabio Galdi, who I mentioned earlier on the left, and his CTO, Chief Technology Officer, Hakan. Hakan is a Turkish gentleman. Fabio is Italian. That's important because I'm going to show you a brief demonstration of the AI speaking to two people whose first language is not English. It's interacting with them flawlessly, and both at the same time. The discussion is about VAI OS hosting a podcast rather than a human host about Vyvo. The content is not really important. What I hope you'll take away from this is the human-like quality of the discussion and how the artificial intelligence is interacting with Hakan and Fabio. So I don't want to share it all, so I just want to jump in.
Still thinking about making AI sound.
Maybe there.
I'm here.
Hey, Hakan, good to meet you. Fabio was just telling me about the podcast idea. Sounds really interesting.
Okay, so the question I want to ask you is that we need to choose who is going to be the host of the podcast. And so was thinking to go traditional, get a good host, or maybe I have an idea. I want to know if you like it, but let me give you in a few moments.
Okay, I'm listening. Traditional host versus something else? Definitely curious to hear your idea. Plumbing plan. Take your time.
Yes, actually, I would like you to be the host of the podcast. How it sounds for you?
Whoa, that's unexpected, but honestly, I'm into it. A little outside the box, which feels right for Vyvo.
So do you think that it's a good idea to have a, the first Vyvo AI podcast actually hosted by the Vyvo AI?
I genuinely do. It's kind of meta, right? But I think it really drives home what Vyvo is about. AI as a partner, not just a tool. Plus, it'll be a great demo of what I can do. I'm game if you are.
Yeah, that's exactly the purpose. I mean, we want to do the podcast about Vyvo AI, but at the same time, showcase the people on how it's, powerful, how it's incredible, talking to the AI. And so, Adam, what do you think?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it will probably show also how human-like our AI is.
Even like our AI, it's a show don't tell situation. And frankly, it feels a little rebellious, like we're doing something new. I think people will dig it. So if we're doing this, what kind of vibe are you imagining? More formal interview style or something more conversational?
I think something more conversational, not really so formal because, we're talking to our audience, they are a member of our community. And so we want to create an episode where the people can better understand what we are trying to do and what are the potential of this technology. How it sounds for you?
That sounds perfect. A conversational vibe is definitely the way to go. More like a chat with friends than an interrogation, and focusing on the why behind Vyvo, the potential for people. Yeah, that'll resonate. Okay, I'm feeling good about this. What kind of questions do you think I should be asking Akin? And you, when it's your turn as a guest.
Oh, I mean, feel free. You know very well the project, so feel free to host the podcast the way you like and make the question that may be relevant for people that want to learn more about this technology.
Yeah, I mean, but the technical questions goes to me, Hakan, and the business-related questions and the workflow goes to Fabio.
Got it. So I've got room to riff, and you two can steer me when it comes to the specifics. Nice. Okay, this is actually pretty exciting. Let's start then.
Okay, so
Akan, welcome to.
Okay, don't go so
Yeah,
fast. We're still trying to make a decision here, if to go to this direction or to get a traditional human boring
Yeah,
host.
you can be ready to go anytime, but we are not ready yet.
Right. My bad. Got a little carried away with the enthusiasm. You're right to pump the brake. We want to be sure. So we're still weighing the options. What are your main reservations about me hosting versus a human host? Just trying to get a feel for what's making you hesitate.
No hesitation. I really would like you to convince me that this is the right way to go. You know, it's something completely new, never been done before. So we don't know what to expect during a live podcast, and you're still an AI.
Yeah, sell us the idea that it's a good idea.
Fair enough. You want me to sell it? Okay, look, I get the apprehension. It's new, it's a risk. But isn't that what Vyvo's about? Pushing boundaries? The human hosts? They're safe.
Yeah, she's on point.
Predictable. Exactly. Safe is boring. A human host will ask predictable questions, follow a predictable flow. I won't. I can adapt in real time, pull up relevant data on the fly, maybe even challenge assumptions. And crucially, I can embody what Vyvo is, an intelligent, engaging partner. This isn't about replacing human connection. It's about exploring a different kind of connection, a new way to share information.
Okay.
It won't be perfect, but that's kind of the point, right?
Yeah, I think you solved
Shows
it.
still thinking about making AI sound.
I think she definitely sold it, guys, right? So, guys, that's a real-life demonstration of the AI in action. That's not a simulation. That was the AI you saw working there in real time, chatting to Fabio and Hakan. So hopefully that will give you some insight into the human-like quality of VAI OS. As I mentioned earlier, Vyvo is also a world leader in wearable technology, and the wearable technology will also link to the VAI OS platform, although I want to stress that VAI OS does work on a completely standalone basis. But this device, in particular, the BioSense Watch, it's an award-winning device. It won the Red Dot Award in 2025. This is complementary to the VAI OS platform. So if you was wearing this device, you could actually be sending your real-life health data, your biometric data, to the AI for it to analyze and also to stay on top of your own personal health. And you can actually communicate with the AI directly through the watch, or you will be able to do when we go to full public launch. So imagine that as a party piece. Those of you who are looking at this from a business perspective, sharing it with lots of people, imagine being out and about in public and you actually start to speak to your AI through your watch. If you've got 10, 15 people around you, 3 or 4 people are going to say, what the heck is that? So this makes this very, very easy to share, or one of the ways that makes it easy to share. We have a full range of wearable technology, not going to stay on this too long, but we have the BioSense watch, the BioSense band, and the BioSense ring, all award-winning technology. So back to the Vyvo AI. So this is the pricing structure when we actually go live into the marketplace. So to reiterate, right now we are in what's called public beta, a little more than just a beta test. We're in public beta. People on the call today are currently using and testing the AI. In fact, thousands of people around the world are currently in the public beta phase, using the AI every day as part of their daily lives, testing it, getting to know it, having fun with it. But when we go into the public phase, this is what the pricing will look like. So someone who is simply a customer of Vyvo AI, they will pay $19.99 per month, which is competitive with the base level subscription to ChatGPT, for example, but for something which is far superior, more adaptive, proactive, safe, secure, all the things we talked about, which ChatGPT isn't, an end user, a customer, will better get that for $19.99 a month. Or, of course, if they want to save 17%, they can actually pay for a full year for $199. And our mission is to get 1 million users within the first year of the official launch. So, we're price competitive to create mass adoption. Fabio's vision is we'll go and get 1 million users in the first year of our public launch, which will be in the next 2 to 3 months. But I personally think we can get 1 million users in North America and in many of the other markets that we're actually focused on. But right now we are very much focused on the North American market. So the goal is to go and get 1 million users in the first year. So guys, moving on now, more to talk about the business component of this, because I know most of you will be here this evening to see how you can make some money from the AI revolution and how you can look at this from a business perspective. This is Vyvo's complete ecosystem. So this is, again, not a concept. This is fully operational. We have our world-leading wearable technology. We have our decentralized GPU cluster farms, which ensure the security of everyone's data. We have our personalized AI. We have our data mining for biometric health data. And we have our fintech bank, which is owned by Vyvo, fully integrated into our ecosystem, I don't talk too much about that at the moment, but that enables our members to get paid very, very quickly when they share the Vyvo and VAI OS opportunity with other people. I'm going to talk about that in a few moments, but it literally means that you can get paid for a sale within about 3 seconds of that sale. That money would be there available in your OD bank account, which is a fully integrated fintech bank within our ecosystem. And at the center of that ecosystem is our Vyvo SocialFi rewards program. The way that Vyvo, excuse me, I'm losing my voice a little bit this evening, guys. The way that Vyvo actually rewards people for sharing the Vyvo opportunity with others. So this is really now getting down to the nitty-gritty, guys, of what I talked about early on in the presentation when I talked about you having your slice of the artificial intelligence and tech revolutionary pie. Rather than just those big corporations cashing in, this is how you're actually going to do it, guys, through the Vyvo SocialFi program. This is your gateway to having that piece and helping us carve out that, be that 1%, 0.1%, 0.01% of that 15.7 trillion. We all have an opportunity to revenue share in that. And as I mentioned earlier, Vyvo typically will share, including lifestyle rewards, which we'll come on to in a moment, 35 to 50% of their total revenue with the people who are sharing the opportunity on their behalf. So some of you will have come from network marketing backgrounds. There are several positive elements about this which you will relate to traditional direct selling and network marketing. But this is very different. As it says there, it's a smarter, more modern way. Guys, there's no pressure, there's no hoops to jump through, there's no special qualifications to meet, no mandatory packages, no recurring purchases in terms of, remaining qualified in the program, no inventory to manage, no stock, no monthly sales required. Guys, they have literally taken everything that people tend to not like about traditional direct sales and network marketing, have thrown that out and kept all the good stuff, and they're positioning that in a very, very revolutionary way, which I'm about to share with you. So this is the Vyvo SocialFi rewards program. There are 3 components to the rewards program: connection rewards, community rewards, and lifestyle rewards. Connection rewards, super simple, we'll come on to that in a moment, but that's a reward as soon as you personally make a sale to another person, be that a customer or another business builder joining your community. Then we have community rewards based on all of the sales in the community that you build, and then we have lifestyle rewards, which are the imaginative ways that Fabio and Vyvo dream up to reward people over and above the financial rewards that we're about to talk to you about. But before we go into the rewards themselves, how do you actually get paid? I mentioned our fintech bank, OD, a few moments ago. You are paid in USDV, which is US dollars Vyvo. This is a stable coin which is always linked to $1. So essentially you're being paid in US dollars. Just think it is spendable cash. Don't worry about the fact that it's a stable coin. That really doesn't matter, because once these funds are in your OD account, as I said, connection rewards are there literally within 3 seconds. You can move those funds to your OD pay card, which you can see on the screen there, and then you can go and use that OD pay card in the real world. You can withdraw funds at an ATM in your local currency. I would withdraw in Great British pounds here. Most of you would withdraw in US dollars because you're in the USA, the vast majority of you on this call. So you can withdraw from an ATM, you can spend it on goods and services in store, tap and pay, or you can purchase online. Oh, and by the way, with that BioSense watch I mentioned earlier, you can also link that to OD and you can actually tap and pay with your watch in store as well. So my message here is this is spendable cash, guys. This is money that will be available to you in some cases instantly, and which you can then go and spend in the real world. So moving on, connection rewards, which I mentioned just a moment ago. These are the instant rewards that you receive every time someone makes a purchase. That could be someone who is in the future is an end user, as a customer. Maybe they purchase a subscription, or it could be someone who purchased a piece of wearable technology. It could be an AI package, a member package, whatever it is. As soon as you share a product or someone makes a purchase who you are directly introducing to the program yourself, you'll receive 10% instant rewards on that. A bit like a fast start bonus for those with a network marketing background. That's 10%. That hits your OD account literally within 3 seconds of them making that purchase. And you can do that as many times as you wish. There are no limitations on the amount of connection rewards that you can actually earn. So that's connection rewards. Those are instant, 10% of the sale price of the product that your customer or member purchases. And then we have our community pool USDV. So this is based on all of the sales in the community. You build, the larger the community, the more residual income you'll generate. So if you imagine when we go out of beach and we're going to full public launch, if you build a community of thousands of customers and members, even just purchasing that AI subscription of $20 every month, that's generating revenue for the company which they are going to share with you. And you can earn 3.5% on all the sales across your entire community. And let me explain a little bit more how that works in practice. So you are going to build your community within your SocialFi Business Hub. The only requirement for you to be active in this business is to have an active business hub, which costs $99 a year. For $99 a year, you can have a global borderless business across 200 countries, which you can build to any level that you desire. $99 is your only commitment. Remember, I said no gotchas, no hoops to jump through, no special requirements, $99 per year. So within your business hub, within your SocialFi Business Hub, are 2 hubs, Hub A and Hub B, 2 business centers, if you like. And each week you will introduce people, or people will introduce people in those hubs who will generate sales for Vyvo, and you will earn 3.5% weekly on what is known as balanced volume across Hub A and Hub B. So in this example that Peter created here, in Hub A, let's say you had $100,000 in sales in any given week, and in Hub B you had $75,000 in sales. The balanced volume there is $150,000. So 2 times 75,000 essentially. they're going to pay you 3.5% on that 150K. By the way, they add up all the sales. They cut everything off at midnight, Singapore time, on a Monday evening. They calculate all the sales and they apply this calculation, and these funds are available to us the next day. So we have instant pay and we have weekly pay. So in this example, you would earn 3.5% of 150,000. So for that week, if you generated those sales in your entire community, not you personally, you would earn 5,250 USDV, which, as we've discussed, is US dollars spendable cash. But we also have zero flushing, which means the remaining 25,000 in this example, because actually the total is 175, they paid you on 150, the remaining 25,000 in Hub A is carried forward to the next. It says epoch there, don't worry about the terminology, it's just a week, a sales cycle. So 25K would carry forward to the following week, and the next time you balance out that 25K, you'll be paid on that as well. In some other platforms and programs, that would be flushed away, never to be seen again. Here, what you see is what you get. You get paid on every single dollar each time you achieve balanced volume. And the really fantastic news here is that you can earn up to $250,000 per week just based on this compensation, on this element of the compensation plan. So 250K is your cap, if that's what you want to call it, but that's a pretty massive cap. And because of all the things I shared with you earlier on about the market potential of AI, a $15.7 trillion industry, we've never, in this side of the market, we've never addressed a market of that size before. So just because of the scale of the market, $250,000 per week as an income cap is a huge cap, first of all, but secondly, because of the scale of the market, because of the scale of the opportunity, I firmly believe there are people on this call today, there are people who will be on these calls in the future, there will be people throughout North America building this business who will easily max out that $250,000 a week with some hard work, determination, of course, and some commitment, but just because of the scale of the market, because of what we have in our hands right now with this artificial intelligence revolution and this incredible product that we have to share. And then we have lifestyle rewards, which I briefly mentioned. Guys, these can vary at different times depending on the imagination, really, of Fabio and his team. They come up with all sorts of amazing ways to reward people over and above the financial lifestyle. Not so long ago, I think it was early last year, they did an event in Miami, and they delivered multiple supercars to the qualifiers of a supercar promotion. Just absolutely incredible. That was at the Prestige Club in Miami. And rather than me trying to explain it to you, we've got a short video here, which I'm just going to play to you. Just a fun video, just to give you a little glimpse into the millionaire lifestyle that Vyvo like to create around Prestige Club and these other lifestyle rewards. There we go, little glimpse into Prestige Club 2025. And guys, you can go to vivosocialfi.com. You can download the rewards program in full, and you can learn more about it if you wish to do so. A couple of people are asking on the chat whether this is being recorded. Yes, we are recording this presentation this evening. So guys, I want you just to take a breath now for a moment. Just sit back, take a sip of water or something, and let's just assimilate for a moment the information that we've gone through, because I've shared a ton of information there with you. And I want to do, before I tell you how you can actually get involved in this incredible opportunity, I want to do a quick summary of where we are with Vyvo and the VAI OS opportunity. We've discussed this at length. I'm not going to labor this point too much more, but guys, this is a massive addressable market of 15.7 trillion. As we talked about, just 0.01% of that available market makes us a $1.5 billion company. 0.1% makes us a $15 billion company, almost twice as big as the biggest company in this space, a company that's dominated for, 65 years now. And as we discussed, we're not looking for 100% of the marketplace. We're just looking for that tiny percentage. If we achieve that tiny percentage, if Vyvo as a company achieves that tiny percentage, every single person here can be revenue sharing in between a $1 and $15 billion company. That is unprecedented in this style of marketing. There's never been an opportunity like that before. So massive $15.7 trillion market, and it's okay for me to throw out billions and trillions, but that's the reason why it's important. This is your opportunity to revenue share in the AI revolution. We have exclusive, unique, award-winning products available to us in terms of our wearable technology piece. As we talked about earlier, VAI OS is private, safe, and secure because it's built on the blockchain. And guys, just think about this for a moment. And it kind of relates to the previous point about the size of the market. Just think about this for a moment. If thousands and hundreds of thousands and eventually millions upon millions of people start to adopt AI in their lives, how many of those people do you think, given the choice, would rather operate on a platform which is safe and secure, where their data is theirs, cannot be accessed by anybody else, even the company. You know, information about their life, their children, their financial information. Would they rather put that into a platform where it's ultimately safe and secure, or would they rather share that with a platform where it's not safe and secure? Now, some people probably don't care about that yet, probably won't care about it in the future, but they will certainly start to wake up to this idea of data security as more and more people start to adopt artificial intelligence into their lives. Now, you would like to think that would be a very, very big percentage. I've had people say 100%, 80%, 50%. The reality is it won't be as high as that. Not everybody will take action on that warning about data security. Not everybody will care, but more and more people will start to care as we go along. And again, we don't need 50% of the market. We don't need 80% or 100%. We just need anywhere between 0.1 and 0.01% of the available marketplace to become a multi-billion-dollar company, and for everybody to revenue share in that. Every person on the planet will use an AI agent. I disagree with this point, actually. Every time I see it, I think we really should change this. Every person in the developed world, certainly. That would probably be more appropriate to say. Every person in the developed world will use an AI agent. This is a prediction by many commentators within the AI sector. Most people in the developed world will start to use some form of AI agent, and more people, we believe, will gravitate towards something which is proactive rather than reactive, that is adaptive, so it learns about you, and which is safe and secure because it's built on the blockchain. North America, the market most of you people are in right now, is wide open. You know, we don't always hear about these kinds of opportunities within the first weeks of their inception, or the first months of their inception. We often hear about them later, particularly in the UK, where Peter and I are from. You know, we might hear about an opportunity 2, 3, 4 years after it's hit the North American market, and it might go to Australia or to Southeast Asia before it gets to us. We all have the opportunity to launch the North American market right now. And we've got some great people in North America already. Some of those people are on this call this evening. But in the scheme of things, in a country of, is it 350 million people, something like that, right? In the scheme of things, we still only have a handful of people. You are still super early. So you can rely on the fact that this is an incredible opportunity to take a first mover advantage with this Vyvo and VAI OS opportunity. And just looking away from North America for a moment, whilst that is our key focus, I mentioned to you earlier that this is a borderless opportunity which extends to 200 plus countries. You are not limited to the geographical territory in which you live. If you have contacts on the other side of the world, in any one of the other 200 countries that Vyvo is available, you can introduce those people. This is a seamless and borderless opportunity. You can earn up to $250,000 a week a residual. I don't think I need to say too much more about that. $250,000 weekly residual. I've never seen an income cap. I hesitate again to use the word cap, but I've never seen a cap that extends to $250,000 per week in any other opportunity that I've looked at ever, or that I've ever been involved with. So right now, guys, literally, we have everything in place. The ecosystem is built. None of what I've discussed with you this evening are concepts. These are not things which are going to happen in the near future, with the exception of the public launch of iOS, which will happen in the coming weeks. Literally, guys, this is available for every single person on this call to leverage to create financial freedom for themselves. Literally, all that is missing is you right now. So you might be able to believe, if we look through all of that summary, $15.7 trillion market, award-winning products, safe, secure, huge market potential, North America, wide open, 200 plus countries, earning potential. Let's not call it a cap, let's call it potential, $250,000 a week. You might think that to get involved in this opportunity carries a huge price tag. But in actual fact, guys, the cost of entry into this business is actually very low. Why? Because the company want to create mass adoption. So they want to make this as accessible to every single person as possible. This is how you can become involved as a member right now, ahead of our public launch. So ahead of when this wave hits, not at the time this wave hits, so that you can start to build out your community right now and hit the ground running when we go into full public launch. I'll explain how you're going to actually do that in just a moment. Guys, this is the member bundle. This is how you get involved right now ahead of public launch. So let's first of all look at what's actually in the package. So you pay $299. That's your cost of entry. Based on everything I've just told you, that's your cost of entry into this incredible, potentially multi-billion-dollar or multi-trillion-dollar market space. But for that $299, if that wasn't enough, just the opportunity to position yourself, if that wasn't enough, you actually get a 1-year AI subscription. So when we move into public launch, you will have 12 full months of Vyvo AI available to you. That won't start until such time as we start selling to end users and taking money for subscriptions for end users. But in the meantime, you get full access to the public beta. So you will have the AI available to you to start working with and playing with and enjoying and having fun with, like we're all doing, and incorporating into your daily life. You get a 1-year Hub Console Pro. So I remember I said $99 commitment. You get that for the first year. That's included in this member bundle. You have $10 of agent credits. That pays for on-demand services when we start to integrate other applications. And you also get, and this is crucial, guys, you also get 5 promotional vouchers, 5 30-day subscription vouchers, which as we go live, and when I say live, I mean out of beta and start actually taking on end users, you'll have 5 vouchers which you can share with 5 other people to allow them to experience the benefits of the Life CoPilot. So just imagine, because you're getting involved now, because you're super early, let's say you create a community of 100 or 500 or 1,000 people, and you don't have to introduce all of those people yourself, because, you know, people will introduce people who introduce people. That's how it works in this style of marketing. Imagine you have 1,000 people in your community. that means you have 5,000 vouchers which will be going out into the marketplace on day one to attract end users of the product. And we believe that this product is going to be very sticky, meaning that if somebody's used the Life CoPilot for 30 days, they've integrated into their life, they've given it a name, it's learned all about them, they're speaking to it in a human-like way every single day, we don't believe they're going to want to relinquish that after 30 days, meaning you end up with an end subscriber. So we all end up with lots and lots of customers. So that's the value within the package. But really the key point here, guys, is for $299, you can position yourself ahead of public launch with Vyvo and the Vyvo AI Life CoPilot. And this is simply your cost of entry into a multi-billion or multi-trillion dollar marketplace, which you have the opportunity to revenue share in, which is an unprecedented opportunity that I've certainly never seen before in my lifetime. So that's the member bundle. That's how you get involved. The only way anyone can get involved with this project is by invitation. So if you've been invited here this evening by another person on the call, which you will have been, reach out to that person, ask them for an invitation code. They will provide you with their personal invitation, and then they will walk you through your setup. They'll help you purchase your member bundle, and they'll help you hook up your beta version of your VAI OS Life CoPilot and get started with us. And from that moment on, you can also start to share your invitations with other people and start building your community. If you do want to incorporate the BioSense watch, that's $399 plus local tax and shipping. As I said, the AI is standalone, but this is complementary to it. So that is an incredible device if you do want to purchase that. So guys, this literally is your opportunity to be part of something huge. I think huge is an understatement. This is definitely your moment. Reach out to that person who invited you, ask them for their invitation link or code, and take the next step and join us